Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Humor Mill TV. I'm your host Frank Holder. I'm sitting here with the lovely actress, comedian, and of course radio jock that people know in Los Angeles, Miss Tammi Mac.
Hey Frank.
How are you?
I'm good.
I have to first ask you, even though some people don't want me to ask you this, how did you get to LA to be on the radio, to get to a part we're discussing tonight? How did that happen?
I got fired. I used to do the morning show with comedian Ricky Smiley. And we all got fired from our morning show. We had the #1 morning show in Birmingham, Alabama. And I thought, I have nowhere to go. And it's always been my dream to go to Los Angeles and pursue acting full time. On a big level, I had always been acting. So I decided that I would just pack up my stuff and move to Los Angeles after I got fired. And because I had the radio experience, I just pounded the pavement. This is what I did, Frank. I sent shoes, like literal shoes. I would send one shoe, it was probably a stiletto, to each program director here in Los Angeles. And with that shoe, I sent a message that said, I'm just trying to get my foot in the door. And 4 program directors called me back. Robert Scorpio, who at the time was at The Beat. Then I got a call back from Power 106, and then I got a call back from Hot 92.3. I got a call back from several of the radio stations and got interviews with all of them. And then KJLH kind of opened up a door for me that the other stations didn't. And that's how I ended up in LA. I was doing a lot of temp work first though. I was at Universal Studios, slanging Doritos. And I was a receptionist at elementary school. So I did a lot for about 1.5 to 2 years, I would say, about a solid 2 years, I was just doing temp work until I finally got my foot in the door of KJLH. Then I ended up doing my own night show, and then Stevie Wonder, that is, created an opportunity for me to have the afternoon show with my co-host Dramedy.
Okay, well let's fast forward. You've been on the radio for a while. How has radio helped you becoming an actress? Or has it not helped you?
It has not helped me. Okay. I have to say, it hinders me more than it helps me in the terms of, most people see me as a radio personality. Most people who know me don't know that I have a Master's of Fine Arts in theater, so I've studied theater for 3 years formally. I've also have an undergrad degree in theater as well. It's been my thing my whole life. But coming to LA, the very first thing an actress must do when they move to LA is find a job. Because you ain't gonna get one acting. You're not gonna come here and just be on the soap operas like you think.
Even though people think
right,
they will,
that's
right.
what you think. You think you're gonna come here and be on the soap operas, or you'll say stuff like, oh, just give me a couple of commercials to make it, but you don't just book a couple of commercials like that. So the first thing you do when you get here is you have to get a job. And so radio has been sort of my best friend my whole life, because I've been in radio since I was 16 years old. The only thing in terms of radio helping me with my acting is it allows me in acting to be a better improv actor. So I think it helps me become skilled at that level. But most of the time when people see me and they know me in auditions from the radio, they're like, oh, a radio DJ trying to act. So most people don't know my background in acting.
So when you even go to these auditions, do you even tell them that you're on the radio? Or
I never.
Does that, because they know you as soon as you walk in the door?
No, people don't know me because I'm on the radio, so people don't see me. Okay. So that's the luxury I have, and I get to, put forth my talent, my acting skills. But because of my industry showcase that I host now with actress Vanessa Bell Calloway, Max Minute Microphone Mixer.
That I need to go to?
You do need to go. You've been telling me you're going to go. I need you to come. I'm going to need you to show up, Frank.
I'm going to be there.
But because of my industry showcase, the radio has allowed me the publicity to get bigger industry guests at the showcase. So in those terms, it's helped me in my acting because it allows me to become a little more known, so people are a little more inclined to say, yes, I'll do your industry showcase. So we get them down to the industry showcase, and then I do my monologue, and then everybody else gets to do their monologue. So people get to see me on a whole different level. Yeah, so in those terms, I think the radio has helped. But sometimes it hurts a little, because even my director for my one-woman show that I'm doing now, Bag Lady, when she first met me, she was like, oh, a radio DJ trying to do a one-woman show. This is going to be fun.
So let's talk about that, because at the end of the day, you know, radio is radio, but you're doing acting is acting. What gave you even the idea or concept, or just, you know, gee, that's a great idea. Let me do, you know, my one-woman show, because there are very few actresses / comics who have done that and been successful.
Well, I don't claim the name as a comedian, because I'm not a comedian.
I know you don't, but there is comedy in your show.
I've never stood on stage in front of a whole bunch of people and professed to have a set.
Right.
So I respect comedians for what they do. But because I am on the radio, it does take quick wit and humor in order to, you know, entertain people. So I do have my comical side from radio. And because of my improvisational skills, it also lends me to being comical. So what's gonna surprise people in Bag Lady is that it's a more serious side of me.
Oh, okay.
Bag Lady is about the baggage that women take from one relationship to the next relationship to the next relationship, and ultimately it's y'all the ones that get hurt, because you're like, oh God, I got this woman with all this baggage.
So true.
Like, I didn't do that. I didn't do it to you. I didn't do it to you, so, you know, why you bringing it on me? I didn't cheat on you.
Right.
I didn't hit you. Hey, come on, I didn't sleep with your mama or your sister.
Right.
But you know, we do things in one relationship, something is done to us, and then we carry all of that bitterness and anger and all of that other stuff into the next relationship. But the thing is, but when do you decide that you're gonna get rid of that stuff? So Bag Lady is a true story about things that I've gone through in my life with relationships. Because I used to date drug dealers a lot. That was my bags. I used to love to date a drug dealer, because when you're from the hood, the drug dealer is the highest status. You know what I'm saying? The highest level of achievement you can reach in the hood is to be a drug dealer. So to be a drug dealer's girl, it's on point. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna be the president if you're from the hood. You're not gonna be the president of a corporation, the president of the United States, or at least that's the mentality. Right. That's the hood mentality. Of course it's possible and anyone can make it out. But when you're there, you think this is all to it. And so Bag Lady kind of takes you through this journey of this woman, who is me, that goes through the hood and all of her relationships with these drug dealers, these relationships where they're kind of like, where you're happy that you stole somebody's man from them. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh yeah, shoot, I got your man, girl. You know, what is all of that about? And when do you get rid of all that baggage, and how do you do it? So that's what Bag Lady is about. But it's very funny. It is comical.
That's interesting. Now that you've seen and you've done, obviously preparing to do that, do you look at other plays and other one-woman shows and one-person shows, whether it's man or woman? Do you look at them and take away, say, okay, I'm gonna take some of that, I'm gonna add some of this, do you do that? Do you do any comparisons?
Well, because of my love for the theater, period, Frank, I look at plays and shows all the time. That's all I ever do. I'm at a play every weekend. But during the process of my show, or any of my shows, I don't like to see other people's plays, because I want my show to be authentic and real to me. And sometimes when you watch other shows, you subconsciously you take from it. And so I don't want that to happen.
Right. Now, women have done it all the time. No, I shouldn't say all the time. Women, there are very few women like Whoopi did an amazing show years ago.
Whoopi's Broadway show is what made Whoopi today.
Right, and they're very far from between. There are people who are doing it now and they're failing. What can you do on your show that you could make your show to be successful, that you don't fall by the pitfalls of what those people who failed can come before you?
I don't know, you got some ideas?
I do, but we'll talk about that off camera. But tell everybody.
I actually, what I've done with my one-woman show is I've done a spin-off, which is a web series. It's called Bag Lady. It's a web series, and we don't take the stories from the show, we take other stories. And with those other stories, we've created an entire series of stories about women who've gone through issues and how they should come out. So I play the Bag Lady in all of the episodes of Bag Lady, but the stories are about someone else, and they're all true stories. So if women have stories that they want to tell, they can tell me, I'll write it, we produce it, and we get it on the screen. So the first episode is already aired. It's called Viagra, and it's on Tammi Mac TV on YouTube.
Wow, so you're even interacting with the audience, more so with social media too? You're doing that too?
Yes, we do social media as well. Ms. Tammi Mac, MSTAMMIMAC.
Wow, amazing. Okay, now before we wrap this up, tell everybody else what you got coming up, because Tam, you got a lot of things. got a lot of things.
Well, of course, my radio show, 4 to 8 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday on 102.3 Radio Free KJLH. Of course, the industry showcases Max Minute Microphone Mixer in association with the lovely actress Vanessa Bell Calloway, and Bag Lady, the one-woman stage show, which is coming to Los Angeles for an extended run. Hopefully someone will be there. And then there's the web series Bag Lady, which you can find at Tammi Mac TV, TAMMIMAC TV on YouTube. So just search Tammi Mac TV on YouTube and look for the first episode, Viagra. And I have another film that's out. It's Don B. Welch's The Divorce, and also 24 Hour Love. They're out right now. You can get them.
If it's successful, will you take it out on tour? I know it's tough because you're gonna have to let go of that radio.
I'll let God be the determining factor of that. It's been successful already, Frank, and I'll say this because we did a Kickstarter campaign to produce this show. We raised over $20,000 to produce this show off Kickstarter. So to me, the project is successful already.
Yes, that's very successful.
Yeah, so I'm happy with whatever happens afterwards. Right now, I'm focusing on the show and trying to make it the best it could possibly be, so that those people who contributed will see what their money has done, not only for me, but hopefully for several women who are going through issues of just holding on to baggage and not being able to let it go.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. You've been watching another episode of Humor Mill TV. I'm Frank Holder, sitting here with the beautiful Tammi Mac. Make sure you check her out, KJLHradio.com.
Yes, KJLHradio.com and TammiMac.com.
Make sure you come subscribe. You know, there's a subscribe button. I think it's at the bottom of this video. Make sure you subscribe. Check out HumorMillMac.com. Follow us at The Humor Mill. And please, did I say subscribe? Yes, I did. Subscribe.
And like them too.
Yeah, that too. And like her too.
He's likable.
Another episode, Humor Mill TV. Peace.